All right, welcome in everybody, welcome. Let me just tell you, right? Before I started this broadcast, I was feeling really tired. Like last night we were here and we studied together and it was a beautiful, wonderful night, right? And then I woke up really early to do hot yoga. So I was really exhausted. But there's something about these lights coming on and you all coming in the room that just got me fired up. And so I'm happy to be here right now. I'm happy to bring this information to you. I am trying to figure out what it is that I need to do. We're going to go live on all platforms, right? But I'm trying to figure out, do I need to start a new YouTube channel? This channel has been shadow banned. So the only people that really hear about the channel now are people who are on the text notification squad. So I'm like, do I start a new channel and start over and build up the audience from there with the text notification squad? I'm not really sure what to do. As you see right now, so I have 200,000 people on my page. There's 67 people on here. The text notification is going out, which means YouTube is only sending this out to like 50 people. And there's 200,000 people on the page. So I'm going to have to make some difficult decisions, but we're all going to have to make some difficult decisions coming up because there's a lot of craziness that's going on in the United States. So for those of you who don't know, Jimmy Kimmel was fired. I'm going to play a few videos so that you can get a greater sense of what is going on in this country, right? What's happening, and then also some things that you can do. Yesterday, there was a person who commented on my video. Let me see if I could pull up the comment. I'm going to pull up comments that I responded to, apply that filter. And it was on yesterday's video, the video we did yesterday on the Christian Caliphate, right? Let's see. Responded, apply. Okay. Oh, wow, there's a lot of comments on there. Oh, wow. We got a lot of people coming in from all over. People were shouting out their country, their city. Yesterday, it was such a beautiful thing. Yesterday, we had Oklahoma, Edmonton, we had the UK, we had Trinidad and Tobago, we had, where else? Oh, we had so many people from all over the world. We had Maryland in the house, California in the house, South Africa. Shout out your city and where you're at now. So we're going to get live on every platform. There was somebody who commented yesterday and the person was like, Tonya, this video is all over the place. And I'm like, look, I got a lot going on. I'm a full-time grad student. And I'm making this video in between the times that I don't even really have to make. So I'm going to do my very best to get the information to you as quickly as possible, right? All right. Ella's saying thanks for the lives because she already knows school is wild. Maine in the house? All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and get live on every platform. Let's see if we could get some good music up in here. If you ever want to know what some music is called on my channel, just Shazam it, okay? Let's see what this one is. I'm playing stuff I've never played before. All right. Oh, okay. Okay.
You're running me in circles.
Oh.
I can't figure you out.
No.
The feeling of your echo.
Really?
And it started with your mouth.
Uh-oh.
I paint my mind in figures.
Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I see you in the distance.
Let's go.
You're still standing tall. You up to my paranoia. You're my kind.
We're live on Facebook.
Count to 10 and we lose the sun. Hold my breath and I start to run. It's just something about you.
We're live on LinkedIn.
I just can't figure out.
We're live on Twitch. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. All right. Hey. 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 Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome. Listen. You see this right here? Oh, it took away the thing when I went full screen. That's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to show. Listen, let's go back. I just wanted to show the thumbnail. Oh, thank you, Dream Tech. That was beautiful last night. Forming community around studying. Who would have thought? All right, listen. This is what we're talking about today. Jimmy Kimmel was fired. And I'm going to play some things that I think are important for you to know about this situation and about what's happening right now, as well as some things that you can do. Listen. Come on in, grab a seat, grab your popcorn, grab a drink. We're going to be here for about half hour more. Let me get my little earpiece together. All right. All right, perfect. That ended at the right time too. So what we're going to do is we are going to get into, oh, what is this on my screen? What's happening? That's not what I wanted on the screen. I wanted the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Where's the Jimmy Kimmel? Here it is. All right. We got Baltimore in the house. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, Tonya TKO, and I'm a self love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I play videos on this channel that we can examine and come together to see in what ways we can change what it is that we're seeing into lessons that are geared towards helping us love ourselves even more. So, Jimmy Kimmel was fired. And there's some things about this that I need you to know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play exactly what it is that he was fired for. And then I'm going to play some, let me get this off of the screen. And then I'm going to play some details that I want to help educate you on. Okay? Let me refresh my TikTok behind the scenes, because a lot has happened from yesterday till today. It's like it's difficult to keep up with the news cycle. Part of the reason that I'm doing this video is because I know that we're all in different algorithms. So everybody is not going to know everything. So I'm doing this video to educate as many people as I can while I still can, because they're coming for freedom of the press. They're coming for bloggers being able to speak their true minds. What America once was, or what we thought America once was, that the veil is slipping back for the world to see. That America was built on hypocrisy. We are losing our freedom of speech. There are some people that want us to go careening headfirst into this foolishness. I was listening to a person on a broadcast earlier today, and she was saying she's from Venezuela. She's 39 now. Venezuela was was the richest country in South America. And then they got an authoritarian dictator and people had to flee. Some people are still trapped there. But now Venezuela is one of the poorest countries in South America. And this dictator has ruined, listen, I shop at Aldi's primarily, and Aldi's is one of the happiest places. It's so wonderful to go there. However, today, when I asked the guy who was like unloading the pallet where the yogurts were, he got like snappy with me, right? And I'm like, oh. And let me tell you, when I was at Aldi's, the shelves were empty. The shelves were empty because I'm like, where's the yogurt? Where's the this, the that? And he was like, don't you? And he was like, because he had the pallet, and he was like, seriously? And then he looked at the pallet, and I was like, golly, this guy is on edge. Like, if they could get into Aldi's and make Aldi's, the people there unhappy, there's some stuff that's going on that's very serious, right? What do you think is going to happen when people don't have money? People are desperate. People are underemployed and overbilled. People are going to start getting more and more cranky in different facets and factions of life. Us being able to stay connected, TikTok was one of the last bastions of connectedness that we could have to other people who were speaking some of the same things that we wanted to hear. But now even TikTok is gone. TikTok is gone. They've replaced it with some Frankenstein type monster where the algorithm is very similar to that of Instagram. It's not the TikTok that we knew and loved. I haven't seen a person in a bonnet talking from her bed since last year. I used to see it all the time. I used to see my favorite people, new people. It was crazy. It was madness. So nonetheless, what we're going to do is I'm going to play a few different videos for you today. What I would like for you to do is to share the video. And if you have $1 to support the broadcast, this is the Cash App, right? There's 159 people on here. If everybody sent $1, that would be $159, especially since my channel is shadow banned from talking about the topics that you all love to hear. Support the channel and support content like this if you choose to. It's all up to you. Here, let's get this first one. This right here. Hold on. This is the Midas touch. The people that I'm featuring in today's video are tagged in the description of the video.
Sinclair, the nation's largest owner of ABC affiliates.
It's not even on the screen, Tonya. What you doing, girl? Come on, child. Let's get it. Oh, okay. So let's play. So there's a person in the comments that's saying they said this morning Kimmel can get his job back if he makes a donation to Turning Point USA and makes a public apology to the family. I'm glad you said that, because let's see what it was that Kimmel said that was so terrible. So terrible. Let's see.
Sinclair, the nation's largest owner of ABC affiliates, says that Jimmy Kimmel's suspension is not enough. They're calling on the FCC and ABC to take further action. The right-wing broadcasting giant says that it will not air Jimmy Kimmel Live for the foreseeable future. They are demanding that Kimmel apologize to the Kirk family, donate money to both the Kirks and the far-right group Turning Point USA, and that ABC hold formal talks about its, quote, commitment to professionalism and accountability. Sinclair is also pressuring the FCC to strip national networks of control over their channels, and this weekend they are going to air specials honoring Charlie Kirk, the affiliates, and the other stations that they own. Think about how frightening this is. The largest pro-Trump media conglomerate, controlling the most local news stations in America, is doing Trump's bidding, silencing his critics and pumping out pro-MAGA propaganda as local news. Remember that viral clip where dozens of local anchors read the same exact script, and Elon Musk, Trump, and Republicans pointed to it as the fake liberal media?
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets are true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
That was Sinclair, this same right-wing conglomerate. Now they are openly silencing anyone Trump sees as an enemy while forcing MAGA propaganda into homes across the country. We'll keep following the story as long as we can, so make sure you follow along for more. Sinclair, the nation's largest owner of ABC affiliates, says that Jimmy Kimmel's suspension is not enough.
All right. So I'm going to play what Jimmy Kimmel said so that you can hear it for yourself.
ABC Yank's Jimmy Kimmel Show in depth.
All right, so this is Hassan Piker. And let's see if I could get the volume up any more. This is the max volume right here. Let's close this and see if we can pull it back up from the beginning.
ABC Yank's Jimmy Kimmel Show indefinitely after remarks about Charlie Kirk. This is why I said they're going to come for everybody.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom.
That's what they fucking clapped him over? That's it? Highlighting how little Trump gives a about Charlie Kirk? Like, he didn't even make like a, I thought he made an edgy joke or something. Mr. Kimmel's comments about the death of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our nation. We've made the difficult decision to preempt the show in an effort to let cooler heads prevail as we move towards the resumption of respectful, constructive dialogue. Dog, if you want someone to do respectful dialogue, like, demand the president do so. What are we talking about? He didn't even say anything wrong here. He didn't even say anything even like remotely off base.
You know, when you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. Obviously, look, there's calls for Kimmel to be fired. You could certainly see a path forward for suspension over this. And again, you know, the FCC is going to have remedies that we could look at.
Joe, are you comfortable with the FCC playing this role?
It's not just Jimmy Kimmel. They're coming after everyone that they personally perceive to have even a little bit of smoke for Republicans. That's it. Like, this is some real fucking fascist bullshit. If you think those comments about Charlie Kirk are reprehensible, just listen to Charlie Kirk once or twice and let's see what you think about his takes then. ABC Yank's Jimmy Kimmel Show indefinitely after remarks about Charlie Kirk.
Ooh, okay. What did he say? There's somebody in the comments who's talking about all of these other people who were canceled, et cetera, et cetera. Part of the issue that I see with this is that for years, Trump has been talking about the press is the enemy of the people and all of this other stuff, right? part of the issue is who is doing this and why. And then when they start talking about making local news stations a branch of the government or controlled by the government, because remember, they came for Ivy League colleges so that a person in the Trump administration could approve of all of the syllabi and all of the courseworks as well as the books in the library on these Ivy League campuses, right? Now they're coming for, so now they are entangled in controlling what colleges and universities can teach in this country. Now governmental agencies are getting into what the press can report on. Let's speak about, let's look at some other things that I want you to see here.
So in order to understand the Jimmy Kimmel situation, you need to understand how So in order to understand the Jimmy Kimmel situation, you need to understand how
her name is Mocha AB, MOKO AB. She's on TikTok and her name is in the description.
television works, particularly local television. In your hometown, you probably have an ABC station, an NBC station, a CBS station, Fox station. Now, unless you live in big cities like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, these stations are affiliate stations. That means they're owned by a company that's not ABC, NBC, CBS, etc. But either a company that owns 2 or 3 stations or by a station group like Sinclair Broadcasting, Tegna, Nexstar. Then there are what's called O&Os, which are owned and operated stations. For example, the ABC station in New York is owned and operated by ABC News. Same thing with ABC7 in Los Angeles, it's owned by ABC News Disney. It is rare these days that a station will be owned by a small company. That's because around 10, 15 years ago, station groups, namely Sinclair, started buying up a bunch of local stations all around the country. NBC affiliates, ABC affiliates, it didn't matter. And particularly they focused on small and mid-sized markets. Now this was a strategic move because if you own what the majority of the country, these small local news stations that people in these small towns still watch, then you get to influence what they see. And Sinclair is conservative. It's evident in their content. Now, I used to work for Sinclair back in the day after they bought the station that I was working at. And they used to have these things called must runs, which means no matter where in the country, if you're a Sinclair station, you must put these specific stories in your rundown, aka the news of the day that you're broadcasting. And that's when late night talk shows started making fun of the fact that anchors around the country were saying verbatim the same thing.
Of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets.
Now, this is important because affiliates make a deal with the network that they will broadcast their programming in their market and in exchange for example, content. So like ABC News will give ABC affiliates access to their video and affiliates will give ABC News access to their video. So it's a matter of sharing the resources. So what happened with Jimmy Kimmel is 2 of the nation's biggest broadcast groups, Nexstar and Sinclair, basically told ABC, we're not gonna show Jimmy Kimmel in our markets, and they got a bunch of markets, if you don't rectify the situation. And I should mention that right now, currently, Nexstar is trying to buy one of the other big station groups, Tegna, which owns stations in Dallas and Atlanta, which now are getting into top 10 big city markets. So you see, in a time where viewership is declining, ABC can't really afford to piss off 2 of the big broadcast groups. Now, if that deal goes through, that means Nexstar will own 200.
I just need to say this real quick. I'm getting a lot of people, I don't know if these people are bots, right? But they're speaking foolishness. They're speaking foolishness about trying to conflate a private company censoring a celebrity for racist or problem, whatever, right? Whatever the case may be. And the actual government getting involved with the press. This is the problem. And it's like there's some people in this country who seem like they're too stupid. Like something is not clicking for them and their 5th grade education level. Like they're not getting it. 2 and 2 is not making 4 to them. They're like 2 and 2 is come on now. Put up 2 fingers and put 2 fingers right there and you see. It's like, come on. So I want you to pay attention to what she's saying. She's talking about how local news is run. The government getting involved with news broadcasting is problematic. News needs to be free, clear, and independent of governmental influences. Private citizens and private companies, that's something completely different. This is part of the reason that there's a part of me that's like, should we even fight for this country if there's so many stupid people here who don't want to reconcile with the racism and the xenophobia that they have been perpetuating for centuries? Look, is the US cursed? And are these people going to go down with the ship still blaming immigrants for their plight instead of looking at the damn 1%? How is a person picking tomatoes in the field stopping you from being able to afford the house that you want to afford? It's dumb. It's dumb. Let me go back to what it is that she was saying, because I'm going to cut out this whole rant when I turn this into a little clip. You don't get to live down in infamy on my channel. Nope.
Sinclair basically told ABC, we're not going to show Jimmy Kimmel in our markets, and they got a bunch of markets, if you don't rectify the situation. And I should mention that right now, currently, Nexstar is trying to buy one of the other big station groups, Tegna, which owns stations in Dallas and Atlanta, which now are getting into top 10 big city markets. So you see, in a time where viewership is declining, ABC can't really afford to piss off two of the big broadcast groups. Now, if that deal goes through, that means Nexstar will own 265 stations in 44 states and DC, which also Sinclair has a station in DC, the ABC station. That represents 80% of US households. Right now, Nexstar owns 32 ABC stations. Now, both Nexstar and Sinclair have been trying to proposition the FCC to relax regulations on the number of stations they can buy, because if it's up to them, they would buy more. And local news is some of the cheapest programming to produce. So if a station doesn't want to buy a syndicated show, they just throw on another local news show, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And when budgets are being slashed and in small towns where they just can't produce that much content, you get this much local news, and then it is packed with something that comes from the headquarters. Anyways, I just wanted to add context. So in order to understand the Jimmy Kimmel situation...
All right. And then another video I want you all to see. U.S. TikTok deal. Listen to this.
Here's everything we know about the US TikTok deal. TikTok will be going to new ownership under an American consortium of investors like Silver Lake, Oracle, and Andreessen Horowitz. And they'll take control of about 80% of TikTok's US business. TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, will retain about 20%, but only as a technology licensor and not involved in day-to-day operations. And the new US TikTok will be run by a majority American board, with one seat reserved for a government oversight representative. In terms of big changes for users, it means that there will be a US-only version of the TikTok app that has its own algorithm and backend, completely separate from the global app. All US data will also stay within the United States, hosted by Oracle, likely on servers in Texas. This deal was part of broader US-China trade talks, since Trump and Xi are expected to speak again this week to lock in an agreement. If this goes through, it would be one of the first times a popular global platform would have to spin off a separate US entity, which could become a blueprint for future disputes over data sovereignty and tech regulation. Here's everything we know about the US TikTok deal. TikTok.
So, we already know that Meta owns Instagram and Facebook. And if you don't know, Facebook recently sent out an update that allowed Facebook to access your photographs, right? And I stay on top of the controls on my Facebook app, or at least I stayed on top of it, right? And they slid that one through, and I just had to go ahead and uninstall the whole Facebook app, and I don't miss it at all. My life has not changed one bit from after getting off of Facebook. Like, Facebook was toxic. I know there's some people here who are tuning in from Facebook, but I have 1 million people on my Facebook page, and there's 48 people on this broadcast. Facebook is not changing my life. It's not. So nonetheless, right? If you're not concerned right now, then when will you be concerned? This is something that you can do. I went to ChatGPT, right? And I told ChatGPT hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. So I went to ChatGPT. It looks like I have to open up a new one because I probably closed it right before I came live. Okay. I went to ChatGPT and I said, yeah, this is what I'm going to put it up on the screen. All right. So I said to ChatGPT, Jimmy Kimmel was just fired. Who do citizens contact to fight back? Right. And so it gave me some information. It says ABC is part of Disney. Okay, just gave me some greater context. And then it just gave me some contact information. ABC Disney leadership, Bob Iger, Dana Walden, the ABC network president, executive emails complaint from Disney. It says here the Federal Communication Commission, the FCC. And so steps you can take. So I want you, if you don't know what to do or who to contact, you can type it into the free version of ChatGPT. I happen to, for this month, have the paid version of ChatGPT. But with the free version, you just have to check your sources, etc. But this is something that you can do, right now. And you know what? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh, I don't even have the Facebook app. Let me see if I can, because I do have the business suite to be able to control comments and stuff. Let me see if I can see the live show and if I can go in there and start blocking people. Let's see. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, it's showing me last night's video. Here's the new video. Here we go. Comments. By Kimmel, the right was silenced under Biden. Goodbye. Oh, you know what? Here, let me show you all because here. Can you all see this? Here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at my Facebook page and there's this person right here. I can't see her profile because I don't have the Facebook app. But here, let me show you this. This person is probably a Russian bot. Who knows? But here, let me show you what we're about to do for her right now. I've been letting these people speak and go on my page for a few days now, and they're getting out of hand. Yvonne Evans Aranda has been blocked. Okay. Let me see who else I need to take care of. Okay. All right. So it looks like I'm not even able to see all the comments. Let me see if I click on all, what it says. Okay. People are insane. Why is he being punished for making fun of Trump, not Charlie? Yeah, exactly. He wasn't wrong. And then somebody says hello. So I'm not able to see all of the comments, but let me just, I'm going to come through with the hammer because some of these people, they're just too dumb. It's like it's too dumb to try to try to reason with. And some of them are Russian bots. I don't want you to get yourself in bad mental health and bad mental state over these foolish people. Sunflower is saying, you never know, that young man sniper was paid to do this to catapult the ending of free speech. Remember, the government wanted a hold of TikTok. Yeah, let me just tell you, listen. Something is not right with the accusations against the young man. I remember I saw, what was it, Arlington Road or something like that. It was a movie with some famous guy, some famous guy. And his neighbor, he thought was making a bomb or doing some nefarious stuff. And he kept reporting it to the police and nobody was taking him seriously. So he had to start investigating the guy himself. He followed the guy all the way down to where he was planning on planting this bomb. And then he ended up blowing up in the building. And when the news reports were put out, it was put out like he was the terrorist. Ever since I saw that movie as a young person, I was like, you know what? You never really know what it is that you're seeing on the news, what's the truth or what's not the truth. This is why we need independent press and independent media, right? So this young man who we saw in the video footage coming down off of the roof, right? Number one, he did not have a long gun with him. You didn't see him coming down off of the roof with a long gun. You saw him on the roof. You saw him jump down. You saw him with a backpack, but you saw him with no long gun. In the forest, there was a fully assembled long gun. Let me show you. Let me show you, right? What's that guy's name? Tyler something that jumped off the roof. Tyler Robinson, is it? Right? Let's see if we can find images of him on the roof. Right? Let's see. Here's CNN has footage. Let's see if we could get this on the screen, right? Let's see if we could watch
We
this.
did also want to share new footage. Take a look at this. This is new footage right here of Charlie Kirk's alleged killer. This is door security camera footage at the home of a Utah resident that captures video of a gray Dodge Challenger driving
That's not what I want
past
to
the
see.
house.
I want to see him
at
on the
around
roof. I want to see him on the roof. For those of you who haven't seen him coming off of the roof, right? So it's like, let's see. Where is the roof footage? Let me see. Roof. I had it, but they keep scrubbing the internet of, let's see. Here.
We got him. That was the message from the Utah governor today. He announced a suspect is now in custody after the assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk. Good evening. I'm Chris Thomas.
I'm Laura Painter. Thank you so much for joining us. Authorities have identified that suspect as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, saying a family member came forward after investigators released images of a person of interest.
Jacqueline Lee has the latest update tonight from Utah.
Today, we're learning new details about the suspected shooter of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The governor of Utah naming the suspect as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, saying he was taken into custody after his father recognized these photos authorities released of a person of interest.
On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed.
Let me just pull this over here.
If you look up in the top left, you'll see the building where the shooter was proned out in the top left corner. We'll go ahead and play that video on there as we walk through that.
Look.
So here you see the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right.
Look.
To this far right corner. As he does, he's going to
Look.
climb off the edge and then drop down.
Do you see a long gun in his hand?
Some palm impressions. There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe imprint where we believe the suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another view of that.
Look. Do you see a long gun in his hand?
Important to note his black t-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for.
Okay, the thing goes on and on. So I'm going to look for Tyler Robinson rifle, right? Because they had a picture of the rifle found outside, right? Okay. So here's a picture of the rifle. If you can see that on the screen, right? Here's a picture of the rifle. They said they found it out in the bushes or whatnot. Did he have it in his backpack? It was disassembled in his backpack, so he ran into the forest to reassemble it and then leave it there? This is what's not making sense to me. So he was allegedly on the roof and shot the guy, then jumped down off of the roof with the rifle disassembled in his small backpack, and then went into the forest, reassembled it, left it there, put back on the backpack, and then left. Like, part of the reason that we need independent investigative journalists is so that we can get the truth about what is going on. Fox News, they are not journalists. They spin, they create stories. They're op-ed, but they're positioned as if they are news and journalists. I just want us to pay attention because there's a lot of things that are coming out, like those text messages. Let's go back. I want to show something to you all because it's like there's a lot of things that you all need to see that's out there, like a lot. All right, here.
Oh, my love. You have no doubt heard of the shooting, and I must admit, 'twas I. I had hoped to keep the secret to the grave, but alas, I have not lasted the better part of an hour. Why have I committed this act? 'Twas the hate of the man. Reason had no purchase in the poor soil of his soul. You have not asked, but in case you were wondering where I hid the rifle, my love, 'twas over yonder by that lingering squad car. My old man shall surely be missing it presently. Do you remember how I was engraving bullets the other day in front of you? Well, it was just to do a big meme. Look no further into that. Also, I shall now misquote my own meme. Ooh woo, oh whoa. Probably makes no difference. I apologize to involve you and for this text to be so short, but I am on the lam. In conclusion, I beg you keep this from the prying eyes of the fuzz. Hello, my love.
Exactly.
You have no doubt heard of the shooting, and I must admit,
even our body language baddie, Luis, I believe his name is Luis. Let me try to pull him up on YouTube. Even he, the body language guy, he doesn't even believe. Let's see. Body language guy. Okay. Him. The body language guy, if you all know him, I love him. He's so funny. All right. So, he's going to talk about the text.
We keep going down and down that downward spiral that is the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and more details begin to surface. And I already made a video about the messages, the text messages that alleged shooter Tyler Robinson wrote to his boyfriend. And we already saw that they sounded pretty fake. But you know, that's something that always happens when I'm doing body language analysis or any sort of analysis, and it might happen to you as well, is that when you have at least one night of sleep, I didn't sleep well last night, but whatever. When you have at least one night between finding out about something and, you know, letting your subconscious just go through it, simmer it in the back of your head, then you realize more and more things pop up. And the thing with these messages is getting worse without having new messages. There are many things here that don't make sense. And I'm sure that so many of you were already commenting here in the replies. I mean, this is something that I don't understand. If we see these messages, take a look at this. if we see these messages in a chronological order, it's like they want to pretend, they want to make it seem that the boyfriend is just finding out that Tyler was the one who just shot and killed Charlie Kirk. But what's the problem with this? The problem with this is that once the boyfriend finds out, what are the two questions that come right after finding out, oh, Tyler just shot dead Charlie Kirk? What do you think were the two questions? The first question after finding out is why? Why? Why did you do it? See, the second question was, and this is the worst offense, how long have you been planning this? And I was very clear on X, that Don and me, like yesterday, why did you do it and how long have you been planning this? These two questions back to back from a person that supposedly loves the other, loves Tyler, the alleged shooter. If it was a true lover, it would be making a ton of questions like if he's safe, if he can escape, if he left any traces, if he needs to flee to Mexico right now. I don't know. Any question. If a loved one, I don't know, my girlfriend, my wife, I don't know, shots dead somebody, I am not going to ask, why did you do it? How long have you been planning this? No, I would be asking, what do you need? Could you escape? Is the police nearby? What?
You know what? Go watch his videos. I didn't realize that he had made an updated version of the video, but this was really good. So, what is the issue with Jimmy Kimmel getting fired? What's the issue for those of you who don't who are here and have, oh wow, a lot of you sent apples through. Well, you know what? We gotta get up and get. Oh, speaking of which, we didn't do our dance yet. All right. Let's read the apples. Michelle sends through $2 and says, nice to see you again. Thank you, Shelly. I appreciate that. Gorgeous Sips says broadcast. She sends through $1. Megan sends through $1 and says support. Thank you for covering this. Megan, thank you for letting me know that you're still around. I haven't seen you in a minute. And these recent revelations they're trying to harden my heart against white people. And I'm trying my very best to not let cynicism just engulf me. So thank you. Thank you. Please. This is why diversity matters. In this audience, Megan is the diverse one. So Patrice sends through $5 and says because. I love that. Just because. And then Jonathan sends through $5 and says, the willfully ignorant won't be laughing soon. Really? There's ignorance is bliss. You ain't heard? Ignorance is bliss. They're going to still be laughing. They're going to laugh into this country going down, and then they're going to blame immigrants for it. They're going to be like, oh, it was an immigrant's fault. It was the immigrants, right? So I don't know what to say. It's just, oh, there's more. There's more. I didn't see the ones underneath. All right, let's see. Shani sends $3, and she looks like she sent it with a beautiful design. Oh, there's no words on here, just a beautiful design. Thank you very much for that. And then Jonathan sent through $9 and says, supporting the show, sending love your way. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I put out the call to action for you all to send $1 through, and you all really did come through. So I really appreciate that. You can also, the QR code is on the screen. If you're watching this broadcast afterwards, you can scan it and send through in that way. However, what I'm really interested in are your comments. I want to know, what are your thoughts about all of this? And then when I get a moment, we're going to do like a call-a-thon. We're going to do a drive where we get on the phone and we call our representatives, our state representatives, our local representatives. But use this information to contact the FCC, contact ABC, send them a message, let them know that this is unacceptable, and let's continue going forward. Wait a minute. Stacy is saying, me too, Tonya. I can't date interracial right now. It'll pass, but right now, I lift the side eye, especially with the black young man found in the tree. I can't. Oh my goodness. I missed that story, but I think I heard about it like in passing. But yeah, this is part of the reason why racist rhetoric that Charlie Koch spoke is so harmful. It just creates danger for the targeted groups, and it's like it's unbelievable. All right. Okay. So listen, I am going to read a few more comments. And then we are going to, somebody says, okay, I see no one believes these texts are real. No, nobody believes that a 22-year-old refers to his car as a vehicle and drop site and all of this stuff. Nobody believes this mess. Nobody believes it. Nobody believes it. It's just unbelievable. They fired him because he had the narrative out that it was MAGA. Somebody says, cancel your Disney Plus. Oh, then there's that right there. Okay, so there are things that we can do. Give some answers about some other things that people can do. Greta is saying there were 2 young men. There must have been somebody, because that person who jumped down off of the roof didn't have a rifle with him. There was no long gun. So he was up on the roof long enough to pack it up into his bag, only to go into the forest and reassemble it? This doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Something is not right. And nobody, listen, young men, one of them could have been old. This is what I'm saying. We don't know what was the motive behind Kirk's unaliving. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Listen, did you all see the Candace Owens footage of her and Kirk? Let me see if I could pull up this mess, because let me see. Candace Owens. I feel like we should end this video right here and then just come back maybe tomorrow looking into the Candace Owens thing, because I don't want this video to be too long. So let me let you all get out of here. Should we leave now or just go ahead and look into it right now? Oh, I feel like you all are making me do this right now. Come on, Candace Owens. What was this guy's name? Charles Kirk. Let's see. What can we call it? A montage? A montage, shall we call it? Oh, I don't know what she called it, but she put up a montage of her and oh my here. All right, let's just look at a little bit of it. We'll skip around. Okay, we'll skip around. we'll skip around. Okay, so let's get this nice and large on the screen. Here we go. Uh-oh, hold on.
Charlie broke the internet one more time. 150,000 of you guys were watching, and
hold on, let me go back.
Well, that has never happened before. I guess we could say Charlie broke the internet one more time. 150,000 of you guys were watching, and the system just sort of crashed. And it just really makes me happy that that happened, actually. It was already very difficult for me to do this for a lot of reasons, but I knew it was important because I did.
Okay,
We had manifested it. We were 100%. We manifested this by listening to Power on repeat. Actually, I found a clip of us backstage on that day when that tweet happened, and we were doing what I used to refer to as like the Charlie dance. Here it is. You don't understand like the divinity of him tweeting that.
I'm living in that 21st century. There's something meaning to it.
You know what? This is too much. This is too much. Let me just play somebody else's video because we don't have the luxury in these moments. Let's just play somebody's video who has kind of put stuff together. Let me see. Where would it be? Would it be in? Hold on. Let me go to my profile and let me go through my watched videos because I want you all to see what I saw this morning because I said, what is this now? Oh, where's my profile? View profile. Let's see. Oh, come on. This is, you know what? Let's go to the phone. Hold on. Where is it? It's a guy who was doing the video. Hold on.
I went on a date with a black pillar.
No, this is not it. Let's go to the phone and pull up real quick. Let me go to my watch history. Because it was a young man I was listening to this morning. And he was, let's see.
So a lot of people try and tell me that I'm biased and that I never give the Israeli perspective. So I thought today I would read out
Okay, let's see. Where is the video I saw this morning of this guy going over Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens' relationship? Let's see.
So Candace Owens just uploaded a memorial tribute video of Charlie Kirk on her Instagram. She put all of their pictures together in it. They had videos of them singing in the car. And I have a lot of thoughts about this. There's the obvious ones that, to be honest, that video genuinely got the closest to humanizing him for me. For a second I was like, oh, but then I remembered who he is. But yeah. Compared to how everyone else has been acting about this, compared to Donald Trump being like, oh yeah, it's very sad. Anyways, did you hear about my ballroom? Or his wife doing all this performative stuff. And just genuinely, every conservative commentator coming out to talk about Charlie Kirk, but putting some veiled threat towards liberals or trans people in it. Candace Owens is genuinely the first one that I've seen that's she genuinely cared about him. She genuinely cared about him and is torn up about this. And there's just such an extreme irony that someone who spent his whole career putting down women and black people is in the end only actually mourned by a black woman. It's crazy. But that brings me to my next thing. I just know Charlie Kirk's wife fucking hates Candace. Look at this. Look at that picture of him. If I were a Nazi and my husband was in pictures like this, I don't even know what I'd do. I would throw myself out of a building. And obviously, you can make jokes from there. Say, oh, they were totally fucking on the side. No, they weren't fucking on the side. But I kind of feel like they wanted to. Not even that they wanted to fuck each other, but I feel like they genuinely, they wanted to be together, but couldn't. Take a look at this message exchange between them. This was after Charlie Kirk didn't like Candace's boyfriend. So Candace had them hang out. Here's the messages after that. His heart is wonderful. You guys are meant for each other. I see it brilliantly and clearly. Candace says, he's assertive, loves politics, believes in God, comes from a great family, and is a fighter. Charlie, yes, and has been through hell. He gets it. He isn't afraid of you being you. At the bottom, yes, he would be beside me and be proud. He'd be beside me proudly. Charlie's messages here, they're reading this is the depths of fucking AO3. This is friends to lovers yearning here. And then Candace, it feels like in the top message right above the hat, it feels like she's describing everything about Charlie, everything that she sees about Charlie. And then the final message, yes, he would be beside me proudly. That's the one thing that doesn't apply to him. That's the one thing that she wishes would apply to him. She wants to be with Charlie, but She knows that he wouldn't be beside her publicly, and Charlie wants her, but can't get over it. Like, I genuinely can't fucking handle the level of yearning going on here.
Oh!
It's insane. Like, they wanted each other. They seriously wanted each other. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I took it to the group chat. I was like, am I going crazy here? They were like, no, this is insane. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, this is genuinely the greatest ship of the past year, except Luigi Mangione, ex the guy who actually killed Brian Thompson. Luigi Mangione, ex the Adjuster, because they're not the same guy. I'll make a video about that later.
Oh, I don't know
yeah,
about all of that.
All
right.
I can't stand on people that be like, get the...
So...
Okay, what are your thoughts on that? Here, let me... Where is this thing? Here, let me go check out some of the comments. See if I can find the comments from this person who is shaming my name. BS lies. This is disgusting rhetoric. Looks very much like that last person who got the hammer. Here we go, so you can see for yourself. Wonk, wonk, wonk. As a matter of fact, here we go. Hey, what you say? What you say? What you say? Hey, 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 hey.
Tell him yes, tell him get lost. Cause every time you go and ask for help,
hey,
say
say
sorry, but I'm busy.
Hey.
So you end up doing it yourself.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hold up, baby, don't take it. Ain't friendship if they just fake it. You don't need to put up with that bullshit. Tell them no. Hold up, baby, don't stress it. It ain't worth it, and you won't miss it.
You see that? No pancakes over here. Just cake.
They don't have respect for your boundaries.
Hey.
Girl, you hit too close to the edge now. Only thing they got is toxicity. Think you need a cleanse, feel it out. You got the bags, but they you've done enough, but they still want more. You've been a good friend down to the core. Hold up, baby, don't take it. It ain't friendship if they just fake it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no. Hold up, baby, don't stress it. It ain't worth it, and you won't miss it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no. Girl, it's time you put yourself first. You ain't get the love you deserve. Stop guys screaming out the word. Don't let anyone put you down. Stand up straight and hold your head high. Stop by saying it out loud.
Tell them what? Hey.
Tell them no. Tell them no. Hold up, baby, don't take it. It ain't friendship if they just fake it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit.
Tell them what?
Tell them no. Hold up, baby, don't stress it. It ain't worth it, and you won't miss it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no. Hold up, baby, don't take it. It ain't friendship if they just fake it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no. Hold up, baby, don't stress it. It ain't worth it, and you won't miss it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no.
Ooh, that was good. That was really good, y'all. Woo! 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 Cause you know she watching mad. All right. Listen, we did it. We got to the end of the broadcast. Let's go ahead and get into our self-love lessons. Whew. Listen, I hope you all got up and danced too, because I know I sure did. Listen, let's talk about the self-love lesson from today's broadcast. Someone said, what is she saying? I know the music was loud. I was saying, ain't no pancakes over here. Just straight cake, 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 cake. That's what I said. Tell them no, 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 no. Whew. All right. What's our self-love lesson from today's video? The block is stand dance. All right. My self-love lesson from today's video is about taking steps, taking action, as well as loving myself and coming up with a plan that fosters my self-love. I have a few months until I graduate with my master's, and I'm going to start making a plan, because once free press goes down in this country, I'm going to fight while we're here and simultaneously make a plan for someplace else. Stephen Miller said he's going to go into our bank accounts and take out our money. So we need to make a plan for that. I think one of the things that helps us feel safe is knowing that there's a plan in place. So, so listen, please Shazam any music that you hear on the platform that you want to know more about the artists, etc. So let's talk about your self-love lessons. I told you what my self-love lesson is, right? So let's talk about yours. Let's talk about yours. In this broadcast, what has broadened or given you an epiphany or new thought about self-love for yourself? Whew. Oh man, that was so good. Whew. 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 All right.
You're running me in circles. I can't figure you out. The feeling of your echoes.
I didn't see it in his hands when he came down off of the roof. I didn't. Send me the picture on Elon Musk's platform that shows him with the rifle in his hand. We just showed the video that came out the day after. Not whatever was created now, added with AI or whatever, but we saw. All right, come on, let's see these self-love lessons. Type SLL, and here's the rules for the self-love lesson. It needs to be stated from the I, me. It needs to be positive, affirming. So there's no words like don't, not, never, etc. So those are the three rules. Self-love lesson, lean into my values, stand in my truth, and protect my spirit. Love it. Love it. Somebody wants me to play that song, that Korean song. Ciao. You are so crazy. Go to yesterday's video. It's in yesterday's video. You are so funny. Where is that Korean song? I don't even know if I saved it. Let me see if I saved it. Let me see if I saved it. I hope I did. Let me see. I think it's called like When I See You Smile or something like that. Let me see. Here it is. 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 Oh, it's too slow now. It's too slow. It's too slow for where it is that we are right now in the broadcast. All right. My self-love lesson is I deserve to live in a peaceful, loving environment. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how anybody trusting any of this BS you see, especially on X. This is why I left X. When after the election, I left X. Anybody who's still on there wants to hear what they're hearing on there. Hey. All right, so listen. I gotta get out of here. I got class today and I took a nice shower earlier. Now you all got me all sweaty. I'm aware of my surroundings. I feel like I'm screaming. I'm screaming over the music. I'm aware of my surroundings and prioritize my well-being. Choose myself first, keep eating well, walking daily, being in nature, raising my vibration and ascension. Yes, yes. I'm aware of my surroundings and priorities, my well-being. Yes, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for coming out. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is choosing peace, being in a peaceful environment, prioritizing yourself and your priorities, loving yourself enough to make a plan for what self-love looks like in the future. And that plan may mean new environment. All right? So thank you all so much. And stay woke. They want to make it seem like being awake is bad. How many of you all heard that clip where Trump says smart people don't like him? Okay, here, let's see. Let's pause the music real quick. Let's pause this. Oh. Oh.
A very sickly and weak Donald Trump hiding out at Bedminster, one of his golf resorts, on the taxpayer dime yet again. Here, Donald Trump at the resort last night saying that smart people don't like me. This is a speech that he was giving, and then he starts to promote Bedminster and his other golf courses and says that he's got the hottest wedding venues around. Here he says smart people don't like him. Here, play this clip.
Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about.
Then he says, everybody wants to get married at Trump properties. You got to get married here. We're the hottest company around right now. You're the hottest company around? What the hell is this guy talking about? Here, play this clip.
Convenience for a few months, but we're going to double it up. Everybody wants to get married here, and we hold like 275, and when times are good like they are right now, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. People want 500 or 600 or 700.
Like, do y'all realize how humiliating this is to the United States of America?
Exactly. Listen. And let's cue the music back up. On that note, I will see you all in the next video.